Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Ho, ho, ho.
Who are you calling a ho-ho?
You.
Nice. We have zero script.
No script.
Other than to like, subscribe, and share with everyone.
You basically walked past me. I'm like, hey, you want to record? Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? I don't know. It's Christmas. It's going to be one of those things. It's going to be inspired dialogue.
Inspired dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite Christmas present of all time?
Really?
Yeah, yours. Hit me with it.
Oh, God, I have no idea.
Okay, not from me, like from your childhood. What's one of your most memorable presents that you ever got? Seeing as that it's Christmas.
I really enjoyed getting puff paint when I was 16 so I could draw on t-shirts.
Puff paint? What is this red thing on my nose? I look like Rudolph.
You know what's funny is I have a red thing on my nose too, but I covered it with cover up.
What is happening here? It hurts. I pushed it.
Well, I guess you have a zit then. Mine doesn't hurt. I think mine just might be like an age spot.
How can we both have that? It's divine.
Is it? We've been marked.
We've been marked for Christmas. Two Rudolphs here.
I'm getting all these things on my YouTube feed about how this is the time where it's going to happen. Humans are ascending. Once this veil is lifted, there'll be no looking back. And like, it's just like one thing after another of this. I'm like, holy smokes. And now we've been marked on our noses.
I took so much flack the other day. I just commented on some stupid Instagram post. Finally, the Great Awakening is happening. And it's so funny how that comment that I made actually got like 1,000 likes.
1,000 likes?
It was crazy. And the more likes I was getting, the more replies of people. And it's not even people, it's like bots and trolls. They're like, you're an idiot, your comment is, and some of the comments didn't even make sense against my comment. Because all I said was finally the Great Awakening.
I feel like some of those are probably not bots and they're just people. I mean, you're gonna get both, right? I mean,
no, I checked all the receipts. They're all like fake accounts.
You actually spent time going through that?
Yeah. I looked at it. I'm like, wow, it is insane how Instagram is an energy harvester. It's like an energy.
I think social media is an energy harvester.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, I bet you the number of accounts is like, the real accounts is like 10%, and then the fake bot farms and everything like that to harness your energy and keep you interacting and mad. Because we were talking about that Ashley Madison documentary I was watching, and they actually used AI bots in 2015 to have dialogue with men because there weren't enough women on that dating platform. Because women didn't have to pay, men did. And men had to pay for the texting rights to talk to these women. They were paying bots to talk to them.
I think that honestly, when it comes to social media, just don't invest your energy in it.
Crazy.
You know, like I just kind of scroll to see what kind of pretty holiday decorations people are doing and Christmas outfits. And that's the extent of it. I'm on for a minute at a time and then I walk away.
Right. Puff paints.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there from puff paints, but I really enjoyed my puff paints.
Were you seeing puff paints on Instagram, or were you looking at any like? There's some really fun retro accounts on Instagram I've been following where they open up like the toy catalogs from like 1984, and they show you like all the best toys. I love looking at that stuff. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That makes me happy when I see stuff like that, because I think that our childhood. Because we were born in 1978, we're Gen Xers. I feel like we had an epic childhood with epic toys.
Anybody in the 80s had epic toys, I think.
Yeah, like I had...
Although the puff paints were from the 90s. I was 16.
Oh, dude, I had so many incredible gifts. Like, and I can still like go back in time to when I'm opening. Like, I remember getting my Nintendo for Christmas, and I can still smell the air when I opened that Nintendo. And I got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And... Super Mario 2. Super Mario 2, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and then I got Duck Hunt and Mario. Greatest Christmas ever. And then the year after, I got like the NES Advantage. And then another Christmas or two Christmases after, I got the Super Nintendo. And that blew away Christmas for me even more.
I'm amazed at how many things you remember, because I don't remember almost any of my Christmas gifts. Receiving gifts is not my love language. I have little attachment to things that I receive. So I feel like... I don't know. I'm just not a gift person. I love giving. Giving is a lot of fun. I can remember a lot of the gifts I've given, but receiving is not easy for me.
You know what your problem is?
Tell me.
You didn't have any epic gifts like I did.
Well, I didn't get any Nintendos or anything like that, but actually my mom, for all of her faults, is an excellent gift giver.
She's an excellent gift giver.
Like, she's actually really intuitive when it comes to gifting.
Your mother and father came to Gillum, and I'll give them a shout out on the podcast. Shout out to my in-laws. They came to Gillum, and they gave me John Lynch Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Well, I do, and I still have that jersey. And to this day, that's probably one of the best gifts they have ever given me.
Besides me, of course.
Yeah, and your parents actually are a really good gift giver. They gave me a Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl edition hat.
They're very good at gifting.
I don't know where that is now. I'm sad if I don't have that anymore.
I'm sure you do.
I do. I really like that hat. I was rocking it for a long time. And
didn't they buy you an Arizona Cardinals thing too?
I don't know. No, they're good. They're really, your mom and dad are great gift givers. I remember this one time. I don't know if it was around Christmas. It must have been around Christmas when I almost spoiled that thing, the present.
From my mom, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember saying something like the loudmouth that I am. I was saying something to your dad. And honest to God, time froze as he like stared a hole into my soul. And I just went cold and I stopped talking and I just like turned and then walked away as if I was just like, he told me to shut the F up.
Oh, I know.
and I did. It was just like, wow. It was probably one of the most powerful Jedi tricks I've ever seen in real life. Your dad's a powerful man.
I know that.
I don't think my dad could even do that. My dad was scary when I was a kid. I was 17, probably 18 when that happened.
Yeah, right.
I just froze. All my blood went cold.
So let's move on from gifts, just because I don't enjoy them that much anyway.
Well, I love Christmas, so.
I love Christmas, but I could care less about the gifts.
What is your favorite gift you've ever given to somebody since you're such a giver?
Oh, I don't know. That's a dumb question.
This is my wife. This is how we podcast. I don't know. Let's move on. Shut up, you're an idiot. What would you like to talk about, podcast guru?
Well, what does the Christmas look like for us this year? What makes this year special for us for Christmas?
I would say having a fun Christmas Eve party with family and friends.
We're hosting a lot of people tomorrow.
Yeah. Is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
What? I wasn't ready. I thought it was like next week.
I'm 100% ready.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So we have family in, which is nice because we almost never do. So that's super great. So our nephew is downstairs right now with our 16-year-old daughter who is about to shave his head. I'm scared.
Well, okay. I think that it will lead to him having his head shaved. Unfortunately, they're attempting a style.
You know what's funny is that I told my sister, I'm like, who is my nephew's mother, I'm like, Laura's about to shave Ethan's head. I just got a text from her just now that says, what is happening over there?
They're having a blast, though. He's wearing a garbage bag.
I mean, he came with shoulder-length hair. Like, his hair is long.
So Laura showed me what she's going to attempt to do, and it's kind of like styled on the top, and then like a really like zero fade, and then like a one fade into a broccoli rob on the top.
You know what's so funny is that as I was passing by, I could hear Emma, our youngest, concerned about what Alora was about to do. Alora's like, "Don't worry, I saw it on TikTok." Oh my God.
Man, see, our generation has Pinterest fails, and their generation has
TikTok fails.
TikTok fails.
So we'll see how it goes.
Oh my goodness! Merry Christmas to you, by the way.
Thank you.
Early Christmas. I think I should be able to have this out just in time.
Hopefully.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Not your two front teeth? How about a hippopotamus?
That would be the worst ultimate gift of a hippopotamus.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Have you seen hippopotamuses trying to kill people in Africa?
No.
Those are scary videos. You would not want a hippopotamus as a pet.
I don't anyway.
Who makes up these songs? I don't know. What is your favorite Christmas song of all time?
I love Silver Bells. That's my non-religious song that I really like. And Hark the Herald is my original old Christmas song I like.
I don't know what my favorite Christmas song is. I was listening to what's that guy, the guitar, Chuck Berry? Is it Chuck Berry from dude, help me.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
He remember in Back to the Future? They're playing at the prom.
No.
And I think it's Chuck Berry. There's supposed to be Chuck Berry in the gang or whatever. And
Chuck Berry.
yeah, Michael J. Fox is like playing with Chuck Berry's cousin.
Okay, well, what is the damn song?
I don't know what it's called.
Oh my god! But that's your favorite?
Run, run, Rudolph. Santa make him come tonight. Mm-mm. You know that one? It's like in Home Alone, right?
Yeah.
I like that one. I think that's fun. Oh, my favorite Christmas song is...
Oh, wait a minute. Does it have to do with the Compton?
Run DMC, thank you.
Whatever.
Yeah, Christmas in Hollis. That's my favorite Christmas song.
It's not Christmas in Compton?
No, there is no Christmas in Compton. Just drive-by shootings. That's it. Sorry, Compton.
Oh.
But Christmas in Hollis, Queens, New York, Run DMC. That song could be on loop all day long on Christmas, and I'd be happy.
Nice.
I could listen to that all day, every day. That is my favorite Christmas song. Favorite Christmas movie.
We talked about this on a previous podcast. You know that, right?
How about you just shut the hell up and answer my question?
Okay, but my answer is the same.
Say
I
it.
really love the very old version of Scrooge.
I thought you were going to say Miracle on 34th Street.
Why would I say that?
Isn't that what we watched the other day?
No, we watched It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I thought that was your favorite Christmas movie.
No, but I really enjoyed watching it with you this year. I think for the first time ever, now that I'm old, it's like, oh, I like this movie in a different way.
Yeah, I could. It's funny. I'm old enough that I can kind of relate with the guy now.
Right? Like his epic breakdown to get him to the point where he was about to throw it all away. I couldn't understand that as a kid. And now, 47, I'm like, oof, I feel ya.
The burdens that we carry as, men and women and leaders of our family that the kids will never know.
They will one day, actually.
The sacrifices that we make. And that movie has a lot to do with a sacrificial type theme.
Yeah.
Where he sacrificed so much. But in the end, he was still grateful for the life that he had. Spoiler alert. But if you haven't seen that movie, I'm sorry. It's like 100 years old already. What year was that movie?
I have no idea.
I mean, hell, they practically had like wind-up cars at the beginning.
Black and white, so.
These old jalopies.
It's older than The Wizard of Oz.
It was crazy. And I actually really enjoyed it.
I did too.
I watched Home Alone with you, and you know what? Every year I forget how much I like Home Alone. Part one. Disclaimer. So funny. How did Pesci and what's the other guy? Daniel Stern. How did they not win Oscars?
I don't know.
They should have won Oscars for that movie.
They were convincing.
They were so funny when he hits him or when he puts the spider on his face. Like, the only way a man can scream like that is to actually have a spider.
Well, he did. It looked real, that spider. I don't think it was fake.
I think I saw behind the scenes where, he was okay. But man, he acted it like as if there was a spider on him. And then he hits Joe Pesci with the crowbar right in the chest. Don't worry, I got this.
Nice.
It was funny. But I do love Gremlins too.
Ugh.
Gremlins is such a great Christmas movie.
Such an uncultured swine.
No, Home Alone, amazing. Elf, amazing. Christmas Story, amazing. You got to put that on your loop.
I did a whole bunch of Christmas baking yesterday.
That's a fun thing to do.
Trying to get ready for Christmas.
Do you think other people do a lot of Christmas baking?
Oh yeah, everybody is Christmas baking. I would have done it sooner, but I did not prioritize my time very well.
You were working like a maniac for this crazy company.
Oh yes.
KP Design.
Huge website launch, huge. So I'm glad that that's behind me, and now I'm fully focused with a day left on Christmas.
Dude, first of all, this woman in like a week did a 150-page website, maybe more. 150 pages. You can't do that. That's impossible. And you did it.
I'm a fast worker, this I know. However, it comes at a cost because I felt pretty drained after.
You were pretty rough for a couple days there, but I feel like you're upswinging it. But that's the thing. You worked so hard because you wanted to be done before Christmas.
Right. So we're a day before Christmas Eve. I did the Christmas baking yesterday. I cleaned the entire house. I have this crazy bruise on. Look, you can see the bruise on the camera. I have the crazy bruise just from cleaning, and I have this huge scratch. I'm like, what did I do to myself yesterday?
I think on a previous episode, I talked about how you are This is you moving through the world. You know,
as I smashed my arm into whatever wall I walked into and got the bruise, I was like, oof, good thing you didn't see that.
That looks really bad.
I remember it happening and probably swearing like a sailor, and I just kept going with whatever I was doing.
Oh man, I don't know what got into you last night, but I want to talk about the fight.
Oh, That's private.
This monstrosity, all of a sudden, I didn't recognize her. She was wild-eyed. She was crazy. She was slapping me in the face and like doing this, like, put up your dukes, put up your dukes. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What time was it? Like 11? It was so late.
I did not recognize my wife. I was scared. And then I subdued you with jujitsu.
Oh, you wish you subdued me.
You know what's funny is in jujitsu, your opponent doesn't try and bite like a psychopath doesn't try to bite every piece of you. I was scared for my life.
Never mind, you almost cracked my head open on the desk.
So as I'm trying to control this person that's out of control, she's just like trying to smash her head in. Like, honestly, we were this close to going to the emergency room with a cracked head. And they're like, oh, what did you do? Oh, I was doing jiu-jitsu on my wife. Yeah, I'm the monster. I'm the monster.
By the end, I just noodled it and let you, like, take out the rest of your energy. I'm like, I'm going to outlast.
You weren't going to outlast.
I was so.
If you were, like, an actual bad person, I would have applied a choke and you would have been unconscious.
Okay, well, I'm not an actual bad person. We're wrestling jujitsu half naked. It's 11 o'clock at night. Like, you know what I think happened? I think that all of the pent-up energy and stress and anxiety about launching the website and getting the house cleaned and the baking done and getting ready for family, I think that I just friggin' lost it. And I just had to release.
It's true. But I want to say to Vince out there, hopefully Vince is listening, like, shout out to Vince, who has helped me with jiu-jitsu quite a bit. I gift wrapped my wife. That move that I put on you last night is actually called a gift wrap.
Which move? Because you performed many.
Performed many, but I did isolate both your arms. You were completely gift wrapped.
I had my own move. I had yoga thighs. I like had a grip on your leg with my thighs.
It's true. I was trying to get out of her half guard, it's called. She had me in half guard.
Yoga thighs.
Dude, your yoga thighs are... If you go to jiu-jitsu, you're going to be fine. Especially if you start biting people, you'll be in the next level.
Yeah, no. I don't bite anybody but you because God knows where people's bodies have been.
Oh my goodness. I was scared. Like, seriously, you almost bit me a few times. It was terrifying.
I think it makes it funnier. I'm like, gnap. Like
nobody knows what that is.
Okay, you remember the Smurfs cartoon and where they all turn purple and they're bouncing around going gnap. You don't remember that?
Nobody knows that.
Okay, well, you should Google it because I think it's funny.
It's in your own mind. I remember in Sesame Street when Bert's hand turns purple.
No, I'm talking about the Smurfs.
Do you remember that?
I'm very sure that they turned purple.
Oh, was it Miracle on 34th Street we were just talking about?
No, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Bert and Ernie.
The cops, the two policemen.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie way before Bert and Ernie were even invented.
Yep. We saw it and we're like, Bert and Ernie, what?
Right? How funny.
And that's how you gift wrap.
Maybe that's where Bert and Ernie came from. Maybe they watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Maybe. They didn't look like a Bert and Ernie, though.
I mean, Jim Henson, I guess, who created them.
Yeah, even though Bert and Ernie weren't cops. Or maybe they were cops in a skit. Do you remember them in the pyramid? They were dancing?
That was a freaky episode.
Is that so scary? Bert! The mummy, he's dancing! Bert! Come on, Bert!
Crazy.
And they do like the dance. I like that song, though.
What are we drinking for Christmas? What are some of the things we're going to be drinking?
That's a way to tell me to shut up, okay. I'm going to be drinking cognac. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be, the bourbon is for you.
I really enjoy the bourbon.
I was having the bourbon. I'm like, man, this is pretty tough. I don't know if I'm tough anymore.
I'm really tough when it comes to liquor. I love it. The stronger and drier, the better. The harder it hits, awesome.
We got some Fitzpatrick.
Bubbly?
Not champagne. It's sparkling wine. Fitzpatrick, really good stuff. It's from BC. I'm excited to drink that for Christmas Eve and for New Year's Eve.
We might have a Painted Rock in the basement.
Yes. I don't know if I'm gonna be drinking so much hard alcohol. I don't know how much wine I'm gonna have.
Well, I'll be drinking some wine.
Needless to say, we're gonna be drinking a lot.
You know what I'm not drinking is eggnog, barf, and I'm not drinking Bailey's this year.
Do people really like eggnog? I feel like eggnog is an IQ test.
I think that for me, eggnog is in the same category as fruitcake.
Right? Like, why? Why
it's just some old tradition that doesn't serve anymore.
I honestly think there's a lot of things that are IQ tests. It's like, let's see if these idiots will eat this shitty bread with these like gummies and nuts in it from hell.
Yeah, not for me.
Like fruitcake, seriously. Like, it's like Satan took a dump in here. Let's see if they'll eat this.
Yes.
That is anti-Santa.
Fruitcake, aka Satan's dump.
Right? That's everything that's bad about Christmas is eggnog and fruitcake. I'm sorry. I hope we don't lose too many people.
Our one follower.
Or 3 listeners.
Jeez.
They'll go back. They'll listen to this and they'll be like, oh my goodness. They do jujitsu against each other. They don't drink eggnog. Who are these people?
We drink almost anything else.
We love alcohol. This is vodka right here. This is just to get me through the day.
What time is it? 2:00.
It's Russian. It's fine. Cleans the palate.
I see.
Gets you ready for the day.
What is our Christmas Eve feast going to be?
Christmas Eve feast is going to be Chinese food.
We're ordering Chinese.
It's actually easier and cheaper to order a feast of Chinese food than to go to the grocery store and get all the ingredients to make dinner.
You know, I'm just kind of excited about not having to make a turkey and potatoes and stuffing. Like, that stuff takes up all of the day. And now I get to do other things. I'm like, ooh, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Speaking of, we have a little tradition where the girls open up like their pajamas. I can't say it too loud, but they open up their pajamas before Christmas. So
well, Laura asked me this morning, she's like, am I getting my pajamas tomorrow? Like, who says? Who says you're getting any?
yeah, so that's kind of a fun tradition. And tonight we're going looking at Christmas lights and having hot chocolate. So we drive around the neighborhoods and
Yes, I'm going to put the Muppets Christmas on with John Denver.
tradition. Tradition.
Thank you.
We have traditions, and I like them. We don't have that many though.
Oh, no.
We have hardly any snow.
You know what? It's going to be almost a brown Christmas.
There will not be any tobogganing or snowboarding
Nope.
this year.
All of that snow that we got in November, all gone.
It's all gone. We'd have to go to the mountains, but
It's
I don't
plus
know.
9 today. I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, geez, aloo.
That's great.
It's actually slushy outside.
It's nice, and our nephew came and he said it was minus 20 where he came from. So, yay for us!
Wah, wah.
But it makes for a nice white Christmas.
In Winnipeg?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
when it's minus 20, the snow doesn't melt.
That's true. They kept their snow, unlike us.
We don't need snow to have Christmas.
True enough.
Look at all the people who have nice green Christmases, like California and Florida and Texas and Arizona and
Yep.
Mexico.
There are lots of places in the world that don't have white Christmas. Brown is a little bit depressing, I have to say, though. I really kind of would prefer a white Christmas, but
I wonder what Christmas in Peru is like. I should ask Mike Spice.
you should ask him.
Hopefully Mike is listening to this episode and he'll let us know what Christmas is like in Peru, if they even celebrate Christmas.
Why wouldn't they celebrate Christmas?
I don't know. You'd think if it's not like a real Christian influence
Okay,
there.
but then solstice, for sure they must have celebrated.
Maybe.
No, for sure they must have.
I'm guessing in Saudi Arabia, they're not really celebrating Christmas. Right? Like Santa could probably just fly over Saudi Arabia.
Who knows? I mean, people are, I would say, westernized all over the world, right? I mean, Santa is not just for North America, it's all over the place.
Not in Saudi Arabia. You're not allowed. No Santa Claus. Just Ramadan Claus. That's the only one you get.
Wow.
It's true. It's a true story. I hope nobody from Saudi Arabia hates me
Yeah,
for saying that.
they're going to, don't worry.
But I mean, if I went to Saudi Arabia and there was no Christmas, then I would just celebrate whatever they celebrate when they do.
True
'Cause
enough.
I'm sure they do a bunch of cool stuff there.
2025, what are you feeling about that?
I don't know. I don't think I want to make too many predictions because you and I have talked about the year of death. We feel, it's like ominous.
Like for our family, you mean?
Yeah, like we're a little bit worried that, okay, it's that of age where it's like not that big of a shock when people start dying. As long as it's not like super young people, but 70s and 80s, it's like, okay. It's I don't know. It feels a little ominous. I'm worried.
A little bit, yeah.
We don't have that big of a family
No.
and they're aging and
And there's health concerns. And
yeah, and none of us have had enough children. Like as soon as, like we're pretty weak here on the bottom of the family tree. Like our kids need to have like 5 children each to save the family.
Right.
It's your fault that we don't have more children.
2 is plenty for me, thanks.
I would have had 5 and they would have been beautiful. All of them. All 5 girls just for you.
It would have been 5 girls too.
All E names. What would you have named your other girls?
I did it and it's beautiful.
Oh Lord. Are you gonna come up and show us?
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay, we'll pause the podcast. Well, we are back, and we've completely lost track.
I have no idea. However, his hair is amazing. Laura did a good job.
Laura is a serious barber. For the life of me, we'll rewind and be like, oh, we were right in the middle of something really important.
You think so? I think we were talking about food for Christmas Eve. I think they moved. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, 2025, the year of death. That's what we were
Right.
talking about.
All right, we're back. Sorry, everybody. What about it?
I think that you're in for a really great year. Based on the portal energy of the solstice and what you did that day and how amazing it was, I think that you're in for something really amazing.
I'll buy that for $1.
And you have to know that as you're rising, there's going to be those bottom feeders that are, chomping away trying to come get you, but you can't give that any energy. Just keep yourself up.
It is so easy to fall for those traps. It is so easy. And I was just watching Billy Bond talk about how important it is to kind of cut ties with toxicity.
Yeah, and you have to, admitting that some of your relationships are toxic, that's a really hard step.
Or even if you just nicely just move on. Even if you don't have to end things abruptly. If you just move on,
Spoken
so
as
be
a
it.
peacekeeper. How
right?
well has that served you?
Terrible. It's served me terribly. I hate conflict. It triggers my rock in my stomach
Because
and
of your
anxiety.
childhood, yes.
I
know, but there's a time and a place for you to stand up for certain things, certain people, certain circumstances that you just kind of avoid because of your trauma.
Here is something that I have figured out. And there's a reason why I have people like you in my life. There's a reason why there's people like Raul in my life. It's like I got these gangsters, these badasses in my life for a reason. Because even when I'm too scared to burn it down, I got somebody right beside me that'll
Burning it down.
That'll burn it down for
Yeah.
me. And even then, I'm still like, oh, why'd you have to do that?
Yeah, you make me feel bad sometimes for burning things down. But I think that also the person who is the flamethrower and enjoys burning things down and standing up for themselves and other people, sometimes it comes with a healthy dose of remorse. And then I feel bad for what I've done. It's like, did I need to burn it down? But then I'm like, yeah, no, there are some things I actually needed to burn down. But there's sometimes too where I'd be like, I wish you would burn it down for me so it spares me a little bit of angst,
Oh, for sure. Maybe that's one of the things I gotta learn is to be more badass, like the people I surround myself with.
Just be willing to burn it down.
Maybe I'm a pussy. I got all these bodyguards, and I gotta protect myself eventually.
I'm like, I feel like I'm channeling Satan a bit. Just burn it down. Come to the dark side. It feels so good.
Oh my god, it's my childhood screwed me up. I hate conflict.
All of our childhoods have screwed us up. It's supposed to do that. It's
Dude,
part of the journey.
I lived in this soup bowl of conflict that was never ending. There was never a time where I felt at peace. That is why, and we talked about this, that's why I love Christmas. It's like the one day of guaranteed peace that I could always look forward to.
Yeah.
And I know that's why we have the life that we have, who we are for each other. Is because I would say 99.9% of the time there is absolute peace in our home, other than the time where we're wrestling and jujitsu, and even then that's still laughing and other than the time where I told you to not open your mouth or whatever. These are times where I almost screw everything up.
But wouldn't you say that you have come so far that you're super aware of when you need to kind of stand up for yourself and be less scared?
I don't know. I always feel like I have left it to the last minute. The absolute, I have to be in the absolute corner with somebody holding a knife to me for me to actually be like, okay, I guess I better do something.
So it's finding the balance, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to be more proactive that it doesn't get that far because kindness isn't weakness.
We have lost some people this year without you having to set it on fire and without me setting it on fire because I've been trying to make you feel okay, and we lost them anyway, and it was a terrible experience. You should have just let me burn it down to begin with, or you should have burned it down to begin with, because the result would have been the same, and instead of it happening to you, you would have had some control over how that went down.
It's almost like that Marvel universe. It's like, if we would have done it your way, this is what would have happened. And if we'd done it your way, this is what would have happened. But we would have come to the same it's interesting how certain things just have to play out, and it doesn't matter which road you take. Eventually, you get there.
Take the road of fire.
It's more fun. It's more fun. Take revenge. Take the lead. One of my jiu-jitsu coach too, he said, the people who win the fight are usually the more aggressive.
Sure.
It has less to do with anything other than intensity and aggression. If you're the one that's coming with that, more chances than not you will win.
Sure.
I'm like, oh wow, I probably lost every jiu-jitsu fight ever because I just wanted to be friends and laugh, and there was no aggression. It's just like, come on, man, I'm just a peacekeeper.
I'm not a peacekeeper, but I don't think I'm aggressive either. Like, I don't think I would do well in jiu-jitsu.
What you did to me last night was shockingly effective. It took all my strength. I probably downgraded my skills, but at least I defended myself against being bitten. You're funny. So, what else you got for me? Or are you ready to wrap this one up?
I guess that's
Call
it.
a
I mean,
day?
it's been a little bit chaotic because we didn't have a plan, and we have family here, so.
Who's getting haircuts in the middle of our podcast and then announcing it, and they're like, well, it's not our problem that you're recording.
It was so good. If anyone wants the before and after, send us a message. It's so good.
Laura cut my hair during
Yeah, but
the
not
pandemic.
as good as that. That was very good.
She did a great job on me too.
Your mother would be proud.
She would be very proud. And this is somebody who's never practiced really.
She watched it on TikTok.
Here's the clippers. Not even good clippers. Not even good scissors. She took your sewing scissors.
Oh, Lord.
And she cut his hair. I mean, dude, that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good.
Fancy hair cutting scissors. Any scissors can cut hair. What do I know?
You ready to go for an epic walk with me?
No.
Yes,
but
you are.
I'll do it anyway. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we're going to see you on the next episode. Right, little genius?
Right on.